Everybody's so excited about the bullishness in Bitcoin, the ETF approvals, TradFi coping, the halvening just around the corner. But aren't we still in the then they fight you stage? Yup. Yes, we are. Welcome back, everyone. I was tagged by Iciosonaut in this thread, and in my typical tinfoil hat fashion, I did some digging, and I believe that I came up with a reason why Stripe is coping and insane. Anyways, let's dive into it. This is a tweet thread from Rob, bitsaga.be, and let's take a look. What does Rob do? Okay. It says Bitcoin products and services. Okay, well, let's dive into it. So here we go. At Stripe is blackmailing me to stop selling Bitcoin mining hardware. What? Deplatforming freedom technology is not what the world needs. Stripe doesn't realize it is on the wrong side of history. Please retweet, like for visibility. And I will point out, I don't think Stripe really cares what side of history it's on. They're doing the bidding of the people who control them. So they're just, Stripe is just doing what they're told, and that's not an excuse, right? For poor, for poor behavior and for helping to usher in dystopia and stuff like that and minimizing freedom. Like, no, it's not. I'm just saying that's what's happening, right? Nobody is better than their incentives. Businesses are not better than their incentives. If you are in a job and you have a certain position, when you do that job, you are not better than your incentive in that environment. Okay, so there's a lot of dynamics at play. Anyways, let's dive into it because he actually posted what was going on in the chat. Let's see. Hi Rob, thanks for waiting while we looked into this. Looking at your website, it appears you're selling mining hardware. Could you confirm if this is something you'd be willing to remove from your website? At present, mining hardware is against our terms of service and so is unsupportable. So are people allowed to sell graphics cards as well? Because there's a whole bunch of essentially generic chips that get used in all different types of hardware. Are they looking into every single vendor, seeing what they're selling and seeing whose chips are installed on which hardware to see who they can support and who they can't? This sounds shady. It sounds shady. Anyways, let's see here. No, BitSaga will keep selling Bitcoin mining hardware. Bitcoin mining hardware is freedom technology to secure the only open, fair, and fixed supply monetary system in the world. If Stripe deplatforms BitSaga for selling Bitcoin mining hardware, I consider this discriminatory censorship indeed, but it is, they are a private, they are their own corporation, and they can make their own rules. They can choose to take themselves out of any market or put themselves into a market. That's their business. And again, not making excuses for them, just saying, hey, if they want to shoot themselves in the foot, by all means, go right ahead. Anyways, I consider this discriminatory censorship and against my terms of adoption. You are on the wrong side of history. Bitcoin doesn't need you. You need Bitcoin. And let's take a look at the follow-up. Update. They have answered. Their decision will remain deplatforming for selling Bitcoin mining hardware. This is the very reason Bitcoin exists. This is why we do what we do. This is about freedom, freedom to transact. Thank you for support. We are Legion. Absolutely right. So let's take a look at their response. Okay. Hey, Rob, thanks for your patience with us. After further review, the decision here will unfortunately remain the same. We're sorry we can't provide further details. No, they can't because they're just doing what they're told. But we appreciate your understanding and wish you the best of luck with your business moving forward. Okay. Let's dive into it now. So Stripe is a payment processor, among other things. Now, for the people who have, watched the content that I've made over the years, you know how I am. I just go and I take a look at who the board members are, who the leadership is. And interestingly enough, the leadership doesn't mean much to me, but what did stand out to me were the board members. Okay. Specifically, the very specific board member that I wanted to focus on was actually Mark Carney. That's right. People at least in the Bitcoin space, most likely don't know who Mark Carney is. Okay, so here's just a quick little summary, right, for the Brookfield Corporation. It's a Canadian multinational company that is one of the world's largest alternative investment management companies with over US 725 billion assets under management. Now, here we go, guys. It focuses on direct control investments in real estate, renewable power infrastructure, credit, and private equity. Interesting. Interesting. And of course, it's like, oh, Phil, whatever. That's a stretch. Who cares? Like so many companies are involved in renewable power. Indeed. That's true. Anyways, let's go take a look at Mark Carney for a second. All right, here we go. Mark Carney. So he is the chair for Brookfield Asset Management, head of transition investing. Now let's go take a look here. Mr. Carney is an economist and banker who served as the governor of the Bank of England from 2013 to 2020, and prior to that as governor of the Bank of Canada from 2008 until 2013. He was chairman of the Financial Stability Board from 2011 to 2018. But Phil, this doesn't really add up. Okay. He is a longtime well-known advocate for sustainability, specifically with regard to the management and reduction of climate risks. He is currently the United Nations Special Envoy for Climate Action and Finance and co-chair for the Glasgow Finance Alliance for Net Zero. And then we wonder why, right? He's on the board of directors of Stripe, and just conveniently, they're trying to blackmail a company that's selling Bitcoin mining hardware. I'm sure these things are totally unrelated. And if I was dumb enough to think that there was some type of connection, it's a conspiracy. So there you go, right? What I think is just totally invalid, right? That's what it is. As if his whole description wasn't signal enough as to why Stripe is trying to put pressure on Bitcoin mining hardware manufacturers. Here we go. He's also chair of Group of 30, right? The G30, the Chatham House, Bloomberg LP's board of directors, as well as an external member of the board of Stripe, a member of the global advisory board of PIMCO, okay? Harvard University, Rideau Hall Foundation, and here we go, guys. He's a Bilderberg, and the foundation board of the World Economic Forum. Why, oh why, is Stripe trying to blackmail Bitcoin mining hardware manufacturers? Shout out to again to ICO Sonat for tagging me in that thread. Yeah, I am simply going to say that Stripe is doing what they are told. I know that sometimes people don't believe that this is how massive corporations work. And most people will be too afraid to tell you that these are the types of things that happen in massive corporations. But I can tell you from my own personal experience, okay, that when somebody high up has ties to another company, okay, it's not a coincidence that those ties tend to get a little stronger. It's not surprising that all of a sudden, the company with more power, right, or the person with more power forces the other entity to bend the knee when it's required, okay, when it's needed. So this idea that like, oh yeah, these are all tinfoil hat takes. No, they are not, because while we are all sitting here cheering for this bullshit ETF and we're all, thinking about the party in April for the halvening, guess what? Okay, these asshat companies that understand exactly what they're doing, they are trying to cripple and hamper Bitcoiners and Bitcoin mining hardware manufacturers. And just remember, if they can do it, they will. Anyways, let me know what you think. Tinfoil hat take? Too crazy? Who knows? Let me know. Put it in the comments. Guys, that is the clip for today. And I'm going to catch you all tomorrow.